Hello. What's up? What's up? What's up? Yes, it's definitely been a minute, but my podcast back. I'm back in it. What is tea? You are with Miss Bree. So grab your influencer and vibe out with me. Let's do our theme song. A little disclaimer, I have already partook in my influencer before the video because I don't want second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth hand smoke around my child. So I make sure I don't smoke nowhere near her stuff. Okay? So hey, every motherfucking body. It's Miss Bree with the T, and we've all tuned in today for a talk with my thoughts. So grab your influencers and vibe out with me. Today I got some treats, and this time I'm not playing. What to do? You back with me, none other, Big Draco. Miss Bree, a talk with my thoughts. It is season 5, episode 11. And it has definitely been a minute, but I've been in heaven. I am a mommy now. I love motherhood. She means everything to me. She's so beautiful and chocolate. She's so smart and advanced. That's really what I've been doing ever since the last time y'all saw me. I haven't did any episodes after that because the pregnancy started to whoop my ass. And then I had her. And then I was just trying to find like my routine, my balance, We're to season 5, episode 6, I do believe. Let me see. Yeah, season 5, episode 6. Me just trying to find the balance. I'm still doing that. And, with my 4Ps, trying to do that. And then now, motherhood, trying to put that into the equation too. So I kind of been focusing all my attention on that because it's hard not to. Like, babies need all of your attention. But I am back. I am here and I am queer. My daughter is beautiful and I love her so much. She's with her grandma right now. I definitely took this time to tap in with y'all. It's been so long. How are y'all doing? How is life? I hope it's treating you well. I hope you put whoever needed to be put in their place in their motherfucking place. And you told them where to go, and that's to get out your face. All right. So, I miss y'all. And today, I really wanted to talk about these screens that we spend all of our time on. Okay? We are very much so headed towards a demise as far as technology, internet is concerned, because it's creating an environment that people are not even paying attention to the people in their close proximity. They're in their screens worried about followers and people on there, but they're not anywhere near you right here in this moment. But that's what your attention is on. And I just wanted to tap into that for a second, just because I feel like the main reason is because I am terrified of raising a tablet kid. I do not want an iPad kid. I do not want that shit. All they worry about is being on that motherfucking tablet, iPad, phone, whatever. No, go read a book. Go play a game. What are we talking about right now? I will buy you all the toys in the world. So, yeah, that's been on my mind heavy. Also, phones listen to your everyday conversations and then just thoughts to yourself that you may say out loud to curate the information, the media, and the ads that they put onto your phone. Them pop-ups and them ads, or if you're just scrolling Instagram, Facebook, whatever, TikTok, they will have ads that are geared towards your likes because they want to sell you something they want you to consume. So it's coupled with not only the need for instant gratification, but also consumerism. They're trying to sell you shit they want you to buy, but also you're spending all your time on your phone and not in the present. It's just so many issues to me that are presented when it comes to technology and internet access. And I just really wanted to deep dive into that. So I hope y'all ready, because I'm all set. Don't fret. All right, let's get into it. Now, I will not be having an audio of this episode. This is exclusive. Okay? Because the audio setup is just not working today. It's not gonna happen. I tried. I really did. So Spotify is not gonna get this episode. And I'm sorry. But that just gives you even more reason to subscribe, like, and comment on this YouTube video. Okay. So, with that being said, let's get into it. Let's do it. Now, I already spoke on how like the phone taps into your conversations and things, but I mentioned media. What the fuck is media? Media is communicating tools that store and distribute information, and there are many forms of them, such as ads, flyers, newspapers, magazines, posters, music, videos, online commercials, etc. Communication tools eliminate the need for spatial and temporal co-location in the distribution of experience and knowledge. And if you're wondering where I'm getting this information from, it is the notes that I took in a class that was called Psychology of Social Media. So we got down to the root of social media, pros and cons, things that go with it as a whole, I love me some psychology, so we got into social media in that class, and I really appreciate it. And I took all my notes, and I came to this podcast with my opinion from the notes that I had took, you know what I'm saying, things that I'm seeing in, the real world. I take my knowledge and my experience, put it together, and then I come to you, and I'll lay it down, and we're going to make a conclusion together. You know what I'm saying? Because we're all about lessons and learning. So, meaning, everything I just said about the co-location, this means these resources of media don't require an individual to be in a specific space or time to have knowledge of an event. Something that's happened all the way in Maryland can come up on my For You page on Facebook, and now I know what's happening in Maryland, and I'm all the way in Michigan. You know what I mean? Yeah. We don't have to be there to know what's going on. There's no longer the need for word of mouth because we have these phones that's going to tell us everything. Now, excuse me, sorry. This means the spoken word was the first form. The first form of technology was word of mouth. That's what I was mentioning, just because I miss times like that where you wouldn't know what was going on unless somebody told you. You can't cancel plans last minute because there's no phone to just text them, hey, I'm not going to make it. You got to go because they're going to be worried if you don't show up. It's just, I miss the times before, like the girl from E11 said, the times before a phone was an extension of our hand. It really is the completion of ourselves. We take our phones everywhere. We use our phones for everything. Something to think about. When the first communication used to be spoken word, by which man was able to let go of his environment in order to grasp it in a new way. You could just really be present and there and soaking up the information from your current situation. This form of communication does require spatial and temporal co-location. You have to be in the same space and time for this form of communication to occur. An individual would have had to see it, experience it, or hear it from someone who did see it or experience it to even receive that information or have that knowledge of that experience. You had to be there. Now, let's get into what social media is all about. It's different from just media. This is the problem. This is the bane of our existence collectively. We're living in the times of Wall-E, where they just depended on every external factor to get them around or to get something to them. And that external factor was a fucking robot or machine. Okay. Please listen to what I'm saying. Like, because it's not looking good. Especially because the kids are our future and they're just embedded in a fucking tablet or iPad. All right. Social media. It is all internet services that facilitate the creation, sharing, and exchange of user-generated content. User-generated content. If the users are creating the content, then consider it social media. Which brings me to my first point. People with no expertise, evidence, knowledge, or credibility can post content on social media no matter how wrong or misleading the information is. If it's reposted enough, it gains traction, which can then create the illusion that this content is a fact, when it is in fact not a fact, which leaves the audience in control of fact-checking the information, and in many cases, people do not fact-check. They just accept that it's fact. They don't do any research. It's just true because somebody said it was. They assume the content is true because it's been repeated a lot and spread around, sometimes across states and countries. This is due to the illusionary truth effect. I'm not even saying it right. Illusory. Okay. One of these words, like illusion or illustration, it's illusory. Like, if I was to spell it out, sound that I mean, that's what it sounds like. So I'm just going to say illusory. Truth effect. It's a cognitive bias where repetition increases belief in a statement's validity, regardless of its actual truth. I knew where I was going. I just got lost and thought I did, and I didn't for real. Now, how I feel about this is people should be more cautious of the things that they say online. But of course they're not going to be. They're just going to say whatever they want to say. That's what the platform is for. So that's why, number one, it's going to remain an issue because it's user-generated content. The user can say whatever the fuck. And if it catches and spreads like wildfire, then it's going to be perceived as true, even if it's not. This can tarnish people's images. This can spread misinformation about a situation, person, place, or thing. You know what I mean? So it's just no bueno because people are not going to be thoughtful or mindful about what they say on social media because they don't have to. They're protected because they're behind the screen. That's my biggest issue with it. That is my biggest problem. Because people be lying. People lie, and I don't like lies. Now, let me try to get to the point because I have a lot to say. We're going to be here for a while. Big Draco want to talk. I miss y'all. And I got a lot to say. I got to get up off my chest. So, regardless of the actual truth, they spread this repetition and it becomes perceived as truth from people who are intaking the information. This occurs, because people often rely on familiarity as a cue for correctness, making statements that are repeated more likely to feel familiar and therefore more trustworthy. It must be true. They said it. Who's they? This effect can influence individuals to believe false information, even when they have prior knowledge that contradicts it. And it has significant implications for the spread of misinformation, like the myth that heartburn during pregnancy means your baby will have a full head of hair. I am going to make a hasty generalization about how this is a myth, misinformation, and just flat out not true. Myself, my aunt, and a stepsister can vouch that we did not have heartburn during pregnancy, and our babies came out with a full head of hair. This old wives' tale has been repeated so much throughout the years of history that it's perceived as true by so many. So much so that some women worry that their child will be bald if they don't experience heartburn. This belief from misinformation that has been spread repeatedly creates genuine fear. People are genuinely scared. They're just like, I hope her hair growing in there. I ain't got no heartburn. That's not going to determine her hair, child. What? I can't be the only one who sees a problem with this. Come on now. Like, you really scared. Like, I saw this lady. I mean, you know, social media. I'm in this little mom group. And she made a post about that into the group. Like, I'm so scared. I'm 7 months in. I haven't had any heartburn. I don't know if she's going to have a hair. What were your experiences? Like, girl, they really fear-mongered you into that belief. That's terrifying to me. That people can genuinely be scared just because something was said so many times and they seen it as true. Did you have any evidence that it was true? Or just because somebody said? Oh, okay. So, ooh. Hold on. Now, I have a little note in here about how it makes me feel that I don't have seen my baby because I've posted her, not because I've seen her in person. Then they see me and say, baby is so pretty. Oh, that's what the fuck I was talking about. So, because social media, basically, anybody can have access to social media, right? And people are posting their lives on social media, right? So I wanted to talk about how I was creeped the fuck out while my boyfriend, baby daddy, is taking me to the hospital while I'm in labor. I'm finna give birth to Sakura. And I'm walking into the hospital and it's somebody outside. I don't know they frame, don't know they build. I didn't pay them no attention. I'm having contractions. I'm trying to get in the hospital. This person says to me, when they finally turn in face to face, this person is a girl. They say to me, I was wondering when you was going to have that baby. I was wondering when you was going to pop. Excuse me? Do I know you? I promise y'all, I'm 29 years old and I never saw this person in my life. When I saw their face, though, I knew that they looked familiar because I am friends with them on Facebook, but they don't watch my stories. I don't see them in my reactions. They don't make their presence known at all to me on social media. But as soon as you see me heeing and hawing, because these contractions is taking me out my motherfucking body, you're mentioning how you were wondering when I was going to drop. You don't even know my real fucking name. I don't even know you. My cousin know you. But you in my business like that? Don't worry, y'all. I'm ready. I'm as prepared. Anyway, what the fuck? I don't know you. A complete stranger. Wondering when I'm gonna have my baby. Child, I was through. And now I just say whatever I say. I can't even remember because contractions and that shit threw me off. And I just remember saying to my boyfriend, like, that's why social media is so fucking scary. I don't even know her. And he's like, yep, that's why I don't do that mess. Yeah, I believe it. I see. Because that creeped me the fuck out. I don't even know how to pronounce your name, and you damn sure don't know mine. But you are concerned about my delivery dates? What the fuck? So to me, that was like, this is something else that's wrong with social media. People you don't even know have access to your life if you post your life. And I just feel like that was like a wake-up call to be mindful about what I'm posting on here. Now, have I stopped posting what the fuck I want to post on my page? No. I still post my child, and I'm still gonna post my child. Yeah. And that's that on that. Because I'm so proud of her, and I love her. So, I'm gonna show her off. But, still keeping in mind that situation happened, I had another situation. I hadn't seen somebody in like, I'm 29. It's been like 12, 13 years since the last time I seen him in person. And I'm going to QD, you're going to give me some hot chocolate. And then they see me and I see them. And they're like, you don't remember me, do you? Oh, no, I remember you. Hey, how you doing, boo? Da, 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 da. How you been? She like, I'm good. I see that chocolate baby. I'm by myself. I don't have the chocolate baby. So she done saw my child yet again on social media. I am not friends with this person on any socials. But they saw me. Granted, I'm taking that as like, you've seen her on my mama page. But still, you didn't even see her because I gave you permission. Somebody else gave you permission to see my child and you saw my child. Got the nerve to tell me she pretty. Lord, you ain't never seen that in person though. You don't even know that for real. It's just, it's fucking off-putting how much access a complete stranger can have to you because of social media. That's all I'm saying about that. It's not right. It's off-putting like a motherfucking me. Now, that's what I had to say about that. Excuse me, I'm sorry. My last point about that, because that's not all I had to say. Last but not least, there has been 2 times in my life where I have received, well, I'm saying 2 times. Let me read it. Regarding deaths, people have given me their condolences twice without me saying a word to the internet because someone else posted. Oh, a word. Without me saying a word to the internet. So there's 2 different times that somebody has told me, like, sorry for your loss, and I never made it known. I never even made it known on social media. So there is times where I do say something and they saw my shit, never reacted to it, so I don't even know they saw it. There's times where they have, like, no way of seeing what I'm saying, and they still see it. And then there's times where I don't even present it at all, but they still know. What the fuck? How do you know my business and I ain't even told you? That's my biggest, like, those are my really, it's just fucking weird. It's creepy. It's off-putting. It's upsetting. You shouldn't know shit about me, especially if I'm not telling you. If you don't have access to my page, you shouldn't know. If I never even made it presentable at all, you shouldn't know. If you're not reacting to my shit and I don't know, you shouldn't know. Like, it's just way too easy to get somebody's information off of social media. So, yeah, that was the last thing I had to say about that. Someone has told me a family member has died off of social media. I didn't get a call, a text, nothing. It was a messenger on Facebook. Is your cousin dead? I saw this post on Facebook. Huh? Child, listen. How I feel is, because I'm clearly hot. I'm clearly irritated. Let me put some words to how I feel. How I feel is social media has removed the personal connection from social relationships. I'll say that again. Social media has removed the person, no, connection in social relationships. Because it's social, we talking. But it's not in person. It's not personal. So I definitely feel like everyone, from like coworkers, friends, associates, they have access to the same information. Nothing is being withheld. And even when it's being withheld, it's still being presented. This makes it challenging to have a relationship hierarchy. Who's more important? Who knows more? Who has more or less access to you? Because essentially, everybody has the same access to you. So, if you're one to broadcast your every move on social media, it's extremely hard to like separate or differentiate between like best friends, you know, associates, family members, because why? They all have the same access to you. The line that separates it is extremely thin, almost paper thin. You can't see it. You can't see it. It's as thin as a hair strand that been outside in the motherfucking sun all day. Now, it's transparent because most people are too transparent online. That's why you can't see the line that separates between best friend, associate, coworker, because it's transparent. Just how people are in abundance on social media. So, with that being said, I feel like this access, like the all access pass, creates a false sense of community. You start to feel like you're part of this group of people, when in actuality, you're just a part of a internet platform. There's not really any personal connection there for it to be a real energy and environment of community. That personal connection is lacking. Okay? So I feel like everybody, like many people, lots of people online, lots, billions probably, they are online to talk to and chat with other people. That's how they communicate now. It seems like it's like using the phone, like pick up a phone to call somebody, is like less practiced. It's not practiced as often. You know what I'm saying? But let's say the phone is no longer available to communicate at all. And it's just you and your thoughts and your feelings. And you can't get those validated, or you can't get opinions on it. You know what I'm saying? For certain people, because it gives them that sense of community, it can make them feel lonely or isolated, like left out, because the illusion of community is now inaccessible. I quote inaccessible because it's only the internet platform that's inaccessible. You still can have a sense of community where in close proximity to you, the people around you in real life. That's your community, not the people that are on your phone. They're on an internet platform, sweetness. They're not They're not your kindreds. That's what I was trying to say. They're not your kinfolk. They're not your brethrens. They're not really a part of this group that you see yourselves as being a part of. It's an illusion. It's a facade, if you will. So, my bet is if there was an experiment that was ran on how the serotonin and dopamine receptors react to notifications from a social media platform, they would find a large amount of activity in various parts of the brain. Our threshold for pleasure has been heightened. The capacity for pleasure has been heightened because it's like, let me get comfortable. The bar has been raised, essentially, is what I'm saying, for your amount or ability to feel pleasure. That bar was here, but since technology has been presented to the world, the bar has been raised a bit higher because instant gratification and validation is extremely potent in the social media world. Just getting a notification in itself, hearing your phone vibrate, can be a form of instant gratification. You feel good. You want to see what the fuck is going on. You want to look at that. That's giving you a sense of urgency because a majority of the times that you look at these notifications, it is something that you want to hear. So you're more inclined to pay attention to that vibrating, that buzzing, that ding, because you have experienced good from hearing that ding, right? Or buzz or vibration. So an individual can post a genuine thought and have many others agree with it. This is validating their opinion and it encourages them to speak freely more often. When a behavior is reinforced, when a behavior is positively reinforced, it's gaining attention or access to something, or it's stimulating you in a positive way, you're more inclined to do that behavior because you experience good from doing that behavior, right? Okay, let me wrap it up. You feel me? So like keep up. I hope y'all have been here with me, because in that case, if you speak a genuine opinion, like let's flip that coin, and it's not widely accepted, the individual may feel the need to backpedal or over-explain because the instant gratification and social validation stimulation is not present anymore. Instead of standing firm in their opinion because they are self-sufficient, they save face to receive the social validation that made their dopamine receptors tingle. They're going to do what made them feel good. Oh, now I need to get them to agree with me because I felt good when they did that. And if you were self-sufficient and weren't focused on the validation that came from an internet platform, then you wouldn't have a problem with people disagreeing with you because you are confident within yourself and your own thoughts and opinions. You don't need to receive the validation from others. So I do feel like that is indirectly creating more codependency for like the opinions of others. That's how they determine what they think and how they feel and how they move, by how many people agree or don't. And that is not good. That is not beneficial for the world. You should be able to trust your own opinion and stand in how you feel and not be swayed by the opinion of someone else. It could just be their opinion, not even supported by fact. And you want to switch it because it's different from yours. No. Stand on business. Stand on that shit you said. Because you said it and you genuinely meant that. You feel me? So that's where I'm at with the social media. It's just So many problems, and I feel like I could list even more because there's so many ways this thing can go wrong. There's so many ways this fucking train could crash. So I'm not going to talk y'all ear off, though. Those are my few little points. And so we're going to get into the word of the day. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I did not prepare one. So we're going to think about my main topics and come up with a word of the day from that. So, access to strangers, the belief of misinformation, false sense of community, someone feeling isolated if it's not there. Well, I mean, I did explain what media is. That could be the word of the day because it's like an umbrella term for everything that occurred right here. Let's jazz it up a bit, though. We already defined it just in the script. So let's say validation. I feel like, well, no, maybe everybody knows what validation is, but no one knows, or not many know, what gratification means. So we're actually going to switch it. I know you've heard the terms serotonin and dopamine before. We're going to get into gratification. That is the word of the day. To me, gratification is not even gratitude, because gratitude and gratification are two different things. I feel like gratification is an instant feeling of pleasure, but not in the same way as serotonin is the feeling of happiness, or dopamine is the feeling of like euphoric. I feel like the emotion behind gratification is like reassurance, almost like confirmation that this is something that you want to occur more often. I feel like that's more so what it is. It's just a reassuring feeling. Let's see what Google says about gratification. Gratification definition is, all right, gratification is pleasure, especially when gained from the satisfaction of a desire. Satisfied, more so satisfaction rather than reassurance. But pleasure nonetheless, because it is a good feeling. It is a feeling of goodness. But that's why I'm saying not in the same way that you would feel happy or that you would feel euphoric. It's a satisfaction. That makes more sense. Reassurance, though, when you receive reassurance, you feel satisfied, though, right? So I'll be on to something. You know what I'm saying? I just use my own terms or whatever. So that is season 5, episode 11 of A Talk of My Thoughts. Thank you so much for joining me, you guys. As always, it has been a pleasure talking to you. I enjoyed this as I do. And I missed and love you. You are my babies. You are my babies. And you are my babies. I'm going to do my best to try to, like, get back into, like, a more consistent routine for posting content on YouTube and Spotify when I can get that shit together. But for now, enjoy this new video, and I hope all is well with you, and I hope life continues to be great. If I don't talk to you by Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa time, I hope the holidays are filled with so much love, joy, peace, and tranquility for everybody watching. And I miss y'all, and I'm happy that I was able to get up on here and speak my truth about social media and the dangers of it all, sweetie, because it is a very dangerous situation. But with that being said, thank you so much for joining me. I enjoyed deep diving into this topic. Be sure to add me on TikTok, Sajaya Lucci Malik, Facebook, Bree Big Draco Thomas, Snapchat, Bree Big Draco. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel of Bree Thomas. And follow me on Spotify. I talk on my thoughts, of course. Make sure to give this video a comment and give this podcast platform 5 stars because I'm a 5-star bitch. Okay? You know that though. Let's not act like you don't know already. I love y'all. Be safe. And join me next time on the Talk of My Thoughts. My name is Bria. See ya.